Today's episode will be a big one for Chelmsford Town. We're taking on Highgate United, but in the league this time, and then we'll be going into what will almost definitely be the hardest game of the save so far, taking on Slough Town in the FA Cup third round. They're 3 tiers above us, so this could be very hard indeed. Let's see how we get on. In the incredibly short amount of time since you were last here, we did play one game in the FA Vars second qualifying round, that is. Chelmsford Town against Atherton. We did play an incredibly rotated squad for this game. Morton up front, Wilson and Wood on the wings, Ball, Oliver, Myler. I mean, I've rotated my defence as much as I can. There's not a whole lot I can do realistically with the current defence we've got. I have got offers in for one more defender at the moment and another defensive midfielder, but we'll get to that in a second. Devontae Morton had a fantastic game, 3 goals, perfect 10 rating, cannot complain with that. 2.1 XG, let's have a look at those goals. Played Boland at the back as well because he's been kicking off about game time. Long ball up to Morton. I mean, you can have as big of a man up front as you want, but a long goal kick will still just go straight to your striker's feet no matter how tall he is, it seems. Then, long ball out to Wilson, played it into Barrel. Lovely header into the near post by Morton. And then for the last goal, Morton passes it back, goes to Ball, passes it back to him. Lovely finish around the outside of the keeper. And then just to finish it off, a Barrel corner, came back for a barrel cross. And Wilson with an absolute stunner into the far corner. It only just about crossed the line. It was an incredible shot. Kempesque from our very early days on the series. But yeah, that was a fantastic result. So that brings us to today. We have got Highgate United in the next match in a couple of games in game time. And Slough in the third qualifying round. I keep forgetting the word qualifying from all these. It makes us seem like we're a lot better than we are. If we were in the third round of the FA Cup and came up against Slough Town, I think I'd be quite disappointed actually. But both of these are going to prove to be incredibly tough games, I would say. Before we get to that though, we have got the FA Vars first round draw. This is the first round proper. We've got all sorts of non-league teams in here. I mean, this could be a complete mismatch of teams. I really don't know what to expect out of this. So let's just draw all teams, 206 of them. We're not on the first page. We get drawn against Botsford Town. Botsford? Yeah, it's going to be Botsford, surely. They are in the North Countries East League Premier Division. Which is the same tier as us, actually. So I'm pretty confident that anyone in the same tier as us that hasn't got a 100% record, let's say. I mean, they've not had a bad season down in 6th, but I think we've got a good chance against just about anybody. We look at, I really don't understand how key player is always shown as like a 1-star player, but he's 3.5 for them. Yeah, I don't really get that. Striker, 7 dribbling, 9 finishing, 7 first touch. Reasonably good, pretty good physicals across the board. Nothing outstanding. Good mentals. Yeah, he's decent. The best defender. I mean, I'd take him, but quite frankly, at this moment, I'd take just about anyone in defence as a backup to give us a little bit more depth. And speaking of depth, if we get to all transfers, we have got offers in Matt Regan as a backup centre-back mostly, to be honest. He's fine. He's nothing special, but very few players at this level are. 9 heading, 7 marking, 9 tackling. He's 7 to 10 on most things, and there's only a couple of 7s in there actually. He's 8 to 10 on most things, let's say. I'm not sure how he's really going to stack up against some of our more established defenders like Button Forshaw. He's actually slightly better. I think I looked at this the wrong way around last time. I thought he was slightly worse than Button Forshaw, but he's actually better in most regards other than physicality. So, yeah, actually, thinking about it, like looking at that, £25 a week seems like an absolute bargain. There is a bit of interest in him, so he could end up getting some more offers, but he seems like he's in I put the bid in a couple of days ago and nothing else has come in, which is completely the opposite to Michael Da Costa Gonzalez, who I'm looking to bring in for a bit more competition for defensive midfielder, especially as we've currently had to have Kemp playing at the back. So either way, one of these signings are going to improve our backline and defensive midfielder spot. If we compare him to Sean Myler, he's a very different kind of player, He's not quite good mental, not quite as good. He's not quite as good mentally, aerially, attacking or physical, but he's got the edge on him speed. They're just as good vision as each other. He's much better technical, much better defended. I think he'd be a good addition. If we go to attributes, yeah, they're definitely comparable players. I mean, Myler has got him beaten in most physicals, but as far as a depth option goes, at the very worst, I can't really complain. I mean, £60 a week is a lot more than I'd like to pay for him realistically, and I have given him quite a few contract bonuses just because he is pretty much the best defensive midfielder I've got an option to sign at the moment that doesn't want ridiculous money. But looking at transfers, there have been quite a few clubs coming from him, so I'm not overly optimistic, and that's why I went in for what's his name, Matt Regan as well. I knew it was Regan. I couldn't remember his first name. So we'll have to see how that goes. Brad Binns, I'm just going to reject that transfer now. Tyler McGee has had quite a few accepted offers for him, but with Matty Lucequeda's first appearance off the bench making such an immediate impact, I am definitely completely fine with having him as our backup option. I think he'd do a much better job than McGee, and I think we're pretty set in that position this season. So yeah, here's confirmation. Tyler McGee is off to Charnock Richard, which is one of the oddest names for a club I've seen so far. I mean, there's a lot of absolute classics down here, but Charnock Richard, the Charnock Dicks can take him. Oh shit, I should have made a parting comment to him. Yeah, so he's gone. He was never really, that first season, he played half the matches. He was our main guy until we got Moncrief and when Moncrief was injured. 5 goals and 3 assists in 14 matches, 7.16 match rating. He was a completely fine player that we rapidly outgrew. And in a heartbreaking but also kind of expected result, Michael da Costa Gonzalez has instead gone to Harborough. Which division are they in? That's actually the tier up from us. So it makes sense. It's annoying. No, I've had him on my shortlist and I've been looking at him for quite a while. And then as soon as I get a contract agreed, suddenly every other club in the country seems to decide they want him. Classic football manager things. He feels Harborough's squad is slightly stronger than ours. And I mean, they're in the tier above us. And where are they in the tier above us? They're not doing bad. So if their squads are only slightly stronger than ours, then I'm quite happy with that. It is quite weird. Some teams have played 7 and others have played 10 in this division, but I don't think that's happened in ours. Yep, we've got Bilston Town have only played 5 games. Actually, Bilston Town could be promotion contenders again here. That is quite interesting. And that brings us to game day. We are taking on Highgate United, obviously. We are actually slight favourites, which is unexpected. It might just be, it is just a home advantage that gives us the edge. 6-4 to 13-8 is basically evens as far as I'm concerned. And this is how it looks like we're going to line up. We've just got to change some of the roles back from the last game because we did go for a target man when we were playing with Devontae Morton up front, but I don't think that's a good idea for little Kimo Moncrief. I'm going to switch rule just to a winger. I do like the thought of having them as inside forwards, but it just doesn't really work for their stat sets. Like, while I think it works better tactically, like inverted, no, just for a winger S, for instance, all of his stats are like literally all of his stats are 8 or above, and 8's only work rate and first touch. Inside forward, that also brings like long shots into the game, anticipation a lot more, and the same goes for Rule. Like he's not got the skill set to do this as well as he's got for winger. So I think we'll see. If it doesn't work out, I might move him back. I am a little bit concerned about going into this game with only 5 subs, considering we brought on 2 strikers last time to get past them. But this could be an interesting match. We have actually got Kanina and Forshaw in defence, which lets us put Kemp back at defensive midfielder. So I feel like Kemp is slightly better defensively than Myler, whereas Myler is a bit more of just a regular midfielder that can also play back there. I'm tempted to switch Binns to a ball-winning midfielder because that's what we've used to play him on. But no, let's just go for it. I'm looking at Lucequeno, like, should I put him in? But no, I think we're just going to start the game. I recognise all of these names, and some of them still scare me. We're lining up in our normal 4-4-3. I would assume they are doing the same. Let me just check before we go in. Yep. Absolutely nothing has changed there as far as I'm concerned. So, let's just get into it. Starting off with throwing from Nicholson. Yes, Nicholson with a long ball up to Moncrief, but there's just no one there. Binns now. S, can he put Moncrief through? Moncrief's definitely got the run on here. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, I was so certain that was going in. Oh, that's annoying, but good start from us at the very least. It's a much better start than we've had in any of the previous games against Highgate. I've always felt like they've started much stronger than us in those. Metcalf with a good interception, but the ball only drops to Milner. He's just running straight through our defence and smashing it in the bottom corner. I think this still classes as them having a much better start than us, actually. 6 minutes 30. George Milner puts Highgate 1-0 up. But anyway, kick-off highlight. Keeping the ball nicely. Rami and Binns. Kanina puts it to Moncrief. It's gone straight over the defender, but he doesn't notice it. Oh, Rule. Oh, and Rule puts it wide. That would have only been 40 seconds after they'd scored. That would have been the perfect clap back. Thornton with a free kick. Oh, that's just nothing you could do to stop that. James Ward-Prowse over here. Oh, I mean, if I was going to lose to them in one of the ties, I'll pause it to have a quick look at me before I carry on. But if I was going to lose to them in one of the ties, I'm happier it being the league where we've got the whole season to play out, rather than a one-off cup game where if we lose, we are just out of the cup. I'm just going to demand more, actually. Gale gets it back to Clark. Long ball up towards Thornton, but Forshaw gets it away. S can't control the ball. Nketiah's coming up. Snell gets a pass off. Snell. Rami does well to pass that to head that down to Binns there. S beats Snell. He's running in. He's just had a wild shot. Why are you shooting from there? That's not what I want you to do. I don't think this has got shots. No, this hasn't got anything to do with shooting more often. I didn't think it did. Akbo potentially through, but Button Forshaw managed to get it off him. Metcalf taking his time. Binns with a long ball. Rami's running through the middle, uncontested. A lot of players back now, but no one closes him down, and Rami can't quite find the bottom corner. It's a good save from their keeper. Who is that? Wren. I've said his name 300 times and it just didn't stick in my head. Metcalf with a cross in. Can't find anyone though. S puts it back to Metcalf. Yep. With a good cross in. Nope. 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 We just get cut off. And it looks like it's going to be half time with... I was going to say a very uneventful half. I mean, we've been the better team. We've had the better chances and we're 2-0 down, which is actually the complete inverse. Like that, I'm pretty sure that game that we won 3-2 in the cup, they had a 2.5 XG and we had like a 1.2. Come away 3-2 victors, but this just isn't looking great, is it? I mean, Metcalf's looking anxious and he's not been playing. He's not done anything really, according to that. Kemp, haven't got Myler on the bench, but I think I'm going to go for a more attacking change. Can either of these play back here? Rule's a weirdly good defensive winger. I never knew that about him. So I think I'm going to do this. So it's going to go lopsided formation. Morton as an attacking target man, with Moncrief as an attacking advanced forward still. We've got Rule on the wing putting in crosses. S is dropped back a bit just because, you know, obviously we're giving up the defensive midfielder position. I'd like to move them both back, but Rule is just not too capable unless I want to switch him to defensive winger. So I think I'm just going to stick like this. Maybe confuse them. Rule's crosses can come into Morton. And this might work, but it might not even come close. What was that? Get your acts together. Everyone seems motivated. And we'll start the second half with Clark, free kick, all the way to Agbo, but it looks like Agho. I always call him Agbo. Nicholson with a pass back. I don't like how this is looking, but there could just be a nice long ball up here. That's it's a long ball up at least. Look at the size difference between our strikers. It's hilarious. We've got Barrel, Button Forshaw out to S. Puts through Rami. He's got space to run into, but he starts cutting in. Moncrief controls it. Oh, and it's off the post again. He's hit the post twice so far. One at the start of each half. 7 minutes into each half, actually. That was a weird coincidence, but doesn't make it any less annoying. Less more annoying? What? Anyway, Binns picks up the loose ball. Rule puts through Moncrief. He looks like he's going to be able to get a shot off here. Great defending, it looked like, but no. Moncrief powers it in. I thought their defender had came across and just completely blocked out the angle. He completely blocked out the chance for him to shoot a cross goal, it looked like. Let's have a look here. Defender comes across. He's closed him down brilliantly. And the keeper just does not protect his near post. That is a fantastic finish. Keeper just stood there while the ball rocketed past him. And maybe we're back in the game. We'll have to make sure we don't concede quickly now. Oh, Rule picks the ball up from them. Oh, what? How was that snuck in? Rule. He's done it. He just passes the ball in from like 20 yards out. That makes no sense. Could the keeper not see? Or something like... There was absolutely no power to this. I thought it was just rolling into the goalkeeper's hand. I mean, it looks a lot faster there than it did live. But that is a crazy goal. It's an incredibly well-placed goal. It's not a goalkeeper howler. He looked like he reacted to it relatively quickly and just still couldn't get there in time. So now, 2-2. We're looking at XG. We have now been far the better team than them. They scored from 2, not even half chances officially. Button Forshaw with a long ball. Morton hasn't really been on the end of anything, it feels like in this game. Moncrief now up to Morton. Can't get on the end of it. It's a bad pass though. Binns up to Moncrief again. Just pass it to Rule. He was out on the side. Oh, long ball into S. S! He's scored! He's scored! Oh no! I thought the exact same thing had happened again. There was about to be riots in Highgate. I mean, he's miles offside. But that is a very nice finish into the corner. Let's make a sub or two because we've got players out there that have got to be knackered. Yeah, like we'll bring Jack Wilson on, who can also... I haven't looked at any of them in just the standard like left mid and right mid positions, really, because I haven't been thinking to play that. But it's worked out really well here and like just slightly mix things up enough. Now, 90th minute. Adebayo with a long throw in and it comes back to Yakubu. Come on. Just pick the ball up and boot it upfield. Morton muscles him off the ball. Wilson. Oh, falls to Binns. Can Rule get a pass off? No, he can't. Just don't give it to their striker and I'll be happy. Nicholson, long ball up. Can Morton get on the end of it? They're having a howler. What is going on? What is going on? Can you explain to me that series of events? I got so confused. Morton just puts almost no pressure on this defender once he gets the header off. But then the defender panics, passes it across. Baker clears it off his own defender and it falls to Rally. We might have just won this game in the most bullshit circumstances the world has ever seen a game finish, and we have. Oh my God, Highgate United. We're probably going to be down as their like fierce rivals at this point. We have stole 2 games from them under circumstances that make no sense whatsoever. This is, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I just can't believe it. But on the plus side, we are now comfortably, I say comfortably, it's 1 game in it, but considering it's been down to goal difference the whole time, there is actually some breathing room there between us. I am ecstatic with that result. So, I mean, I already thought that this Slough match was going to be quite a tough test for us and that it might be our first loss of the season. But looking at the odds here, we're away. They're odds on to win. We're 11-4 to go through. They need to make sure they do a professional job against newly promoted Chelmsley Town. I mean, they are, 3 tiers above us, I believe. So they are a very good squad in comparison to ours. Their league is a good 60 spots above ours on the table. And I mean, Slough they're mid-table. They're not having a brilliant season, but staying up in this league is a lot more than we could do. They've got 93 grand in the bank. Ooh, this could be a tough one. And it is game day, so I think this is how we are going to be lining up against Slough Town. The only player that I'd like to have in the team that isn't is Nick Canina. Him and Button Forshaw are both really struggling, but while they can both play the same positions, Button Forshaw is a little bit better condition, I think. So I'm just going to go with this, and it's only on a medium workload. So I'm hoping this will be enough for us. I'm a little bit nervous with how this is going to go, but I think we'll just bite the bullet. I think I'm going to make sure our defenders and midfielders have got a bit more motivation. Josh Barrett absolutely loved that. That's insane. So Slough Town are playing a 4-3-3, same as us. So we'll just skip over this. Oh, okay. Sam Allardyce in defence for them. That's that would be interesting if that was the real one. Cool with the long ball up to Goddard. They've got a very early chance. 5 minutes and 30 seconds in and they've already scored against us. Oh, this could be a long afternoon. To just absolutely walk through our team then. Bird, Hollis, Cool just splits our defence open. A nice pass up to Goddard. Completely turns Nicholson inside out. Pass into Harris. Let's hope this doesn't keep going in this exact direction. Kemp with a good interception, but it just comes out to Goddard, who puts it in again, straight to Yakubu. Yakubu going to be able to get a good long kick off this. He's got such a rocket on him. Moncrief's running onto the end of it. Moncrief, yes, and he scored. Moncrief has scored. That's one. Oh no! What? How is that offside? I'm not even going to be able to see the lines from here. What sort of angle is that? We've suddenly had a very uneventful 20 minutes, and now Hugh Jackman's got a throw in for them. That's a Rami. Doesn't go anywhere for them. That's good. Barrel gets a long ball away. It falls straight to Sam Allardyce. Moncrief gets the ball back though. Out to S. Oh, and he doesn't quite put Oliver through. What we got here? Bird with a long ball up. Surely their player's not getting on the end of that. Please don't mess this up. Okay. I don't like it when the goalkeeper's got the ball on his own line. Moncrief is never getting ahead of there. Oh, this is looking a bit scary. Kiani is looking to get a crossing to Goddard. It's just off the post. I mean, it looked like it was just going straight wide. We had a great angle for it. Goddard with a free kick off the bar, but Kemp manages to get it away, thank God. And that's another free kick for them. S has just given away a free kick in almost the exact same position. Oh, this is curling in. I'm scared. Cool, yeah. Aaron Cole. 31 minutes in. 2-0 down seems to be our favourite scoreline though, so fingers crossed. It's just a lovely free kick. Yakubu's never getting across for it. Right, I'm going to make some tactical changes at half time maybe, because we don't seem to be doing very well here. Just long balls up to Moncrief the whole time. If you put it out to a winger, there'd be a much better chance of keeping it. But saying that, Moncrief's got the ball. Oh, and he's hit the bar! Oh my God, that's so close. What are we going to do here? You're doing well. Keep working hard until first time. Everyone's delighted, but some of you are coming off. But who is the problem? Kemp is having an awful game back at back at centre back, but I don't really know if I want to take him off the button for shot. I think I'm gonna, just for a bit more of an imposing presence back there. Then, other than that, do I go for a silly format? Do I bring S back maybe and stick another striker on? I'm worried. I feel like I might have to. Myler is actually. Myler's on a 6.8, which is actually the best we've got on the pitch. Oliver, though, is having a terrible... Wait, it's on a 6.3, so he's basically had a completely neutral game. I think I'm going to do the normal change, and we'll just see how it goes. Myler can play centre mid quite well. We'll bring him back to a defensive ball-winning midfielder. Rami on a supporting deep line playmaker. S on the right, Rule on the left, and we'll basically have this set up with how we finished the last game. Although he was on attack, wasn't he? We'll put him on attack. Very uneventful start to the second half. Let's do a demand more, and let's just go for it, attacking. Everyone hates me now. Oh, I really don't want this to be the end of the FA Cup run. Moncrief's just got a booking. Moncrief is on a 6.0 rating. I really don't want to have to take him off, but I feel like I'm gonna stick Luciqueno on as a poacher. Who else having a bad game? Barrett's having a bad game, but I've actually got no subs left. Yeah, this will have to do. Let's just put S up another one. because we're just going to have to sort of go for this. We've got 18 minutes left against a much better opposition than us. 559 is our attendance record. I mean, I know we're away, but that's still something of note at least. S with the ball now. Can he get it in? Comes forward to Lusacano. Yes, Lusacano. Matty Lusacano has got us back into the game. Oh my God, that was an instant impact. This guy is just amazing for us. Oh, sorry if I'm a little bit quiet. I'm having to record this quite late at night and people are asleep. But, oh my God, Lusacano there. Just beautiful first time finish with his left foot. Now, Martin White, Allardyce. Sam Allardyce to Hugh Jackman. It's the oddest pairing. Oh, Nicholson's just given the ball away to Goddard. Don't do this to me. It's off the post. It's off the post. Roll with a lot. Loses the ball. It falls to Yakubu. Come on, Yakubu. Do something with this. No, or don't. That also works. If this gets to 85, I'm going very attacking. Yep, very attacking. Okay, I was about to pause it. Yakubu with a long ball up. These are like Lusacano is so much bigger than Moncrief. Oh, Barrett just misses the ball completely, and I think that might be it. I'm gonna just go for it. There's not a whole lot I can do here, I don't think. This looked like it's going to be the result I was expecting, but also I was really hoping it wouldn't happen. Dandy to Martin White. Barrett needed to get that intercepting header there and just missed it completely, like he wasn't even close to it. It's a good finish from Ben Harris, but I think that's the end of our FA Cup dreams. I was really hoping we could make it to like the first round, and I mean I know that's a little bit insane in the first place, but like XG wise we were so close here, and then as soon as we scored, it's like they just remembered how to play and just took off away from us. I'm a little heartbroken. It is what it is. We were never going to go super far in it, but for a tier 9 team to get through 4 rounds, is it the 4th round we're in? Or is that... Let me have a quick check. Schedule. We're in the extra preliminary round. Oh, extra preliminary round, first round, second round, third round. So yeah, we went out in the 5th round for us, which it does hurt a bit, but as I said, it's kind of expected. We do get another 1.87 thousand, which is going to help. We did make quite a bit of money back in the game against Highgate, where we got 370 fans, and most of them were ours. A little bit of a heartbreaking end to our FA Cup journey there. We've still got the FA Vars, which looking at the matches we've got coming up, I do think that might end up being. I'll see how the league plays out. As it currently stands, I think Botsford Town might be the next game we come back for. Get a few league games done first. But it depends how the league's going. You know, we're playing 5th, 4th, 6th, 3rd, 8th. So we have got quite a tough run of games. If we don't win all of these first couple and Wolves Casuals are still up in 3rd, we might come back for them instead. But we'll just have to see how things go and play it by ear. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching the second loss for Chelsea Town of the games that I count. You know, we did lose a friendly each season. But yeah, we lost 5-4 to Nuneaton Griff the first season. Other than that, we only drew 1 game. This season, we have drawn 2 games in the FA Cup, but we're still unbeaten in the league. So we still won every game in the league, 100% record. Yeah, we will be back at some point in the next 2 weeks in game. We'll have to see how it goes. So, yeah, I'm really disappointed with that. But thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed, maybe leave a like or a comment down below. Let me know what you would have done differently. Or like if I fall behind against a better opposition, because I'm assuming this will happen in the future as well. What do you find are the best things to try and get you back into the game? Because that's one thing that I struggle with. As you said, I mean, like I've done it a couple of times recently, but it just tends to be just go for the nuclear option and chuck everyone forward, which doesn't always work. But I mean, if we'd come back to 2-2 and then they'd scored a winner, I think it would have been a lot more sickening than just, oh, we've got a goal, we've got a little bit of hope, and now it's gone. Like or comment below, let me know, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. God damn it.